Alrighty, day 41.
Really?
So, lads are having fun again. We had a lovely day yesterday. Felt a little bit like the path kicked back into action after a few sort of underwhelming days through Dawlish, Exmouth and all things like that. So we kicked off from Exmouth. We walked. Where did we go? We started at Sandy Bay. Got the bus to Sandy Bay. Started there because we walked it the day before. So fair enough. Then off to Budley Salterton, which was not that interesting either. Full of everyone about to die, unfortunately. Very old place. But then the walk kicked into action. We went up a couple of big hills, and we ended up in a place called Branscombe Bay, which was absolutely sensational, wasn't it?
Oh,
just like a,
beautiful.
I think there was one caravan park there, not really much else around. I think maybe a pub in a village, which we didn't go to. Very good of us. But it was just like beautiful secluded bay, almost a cove.
Rocks, isn't there, with a few,
yeah, like rocks sticking out of the water. Really nice, cool place to go. So we spent a few hours there just chilling out. Actually got in the water, which is practically unheard of. Really nice swim.
nice.
And then headed in towards Sidmouth for a bite to eat. Again, another fantastic meal last night. And we thought we'd get a couple more miles in, so headed up. I think there was 2 big cliffs we had to climb up before we decided to set up camp on top of this hill. Got a lovely flat piece of ground, just falling asleep, just in the tent, and suddenly I hear this sort of chomping sound.
Not me.
It wasn't John. I was like, what's that? I had a look outside the tent. There's a bloody cow. There's a cow in the field. Of course, we didn't see it. And before long, there's like 4 of them, all milling around the tent, acting really strange. One of them, I don't know if it was on heat or something, but all of his stuff came out of its backside, spray. Then he tried to shag another cow, and then rolled around on the floor next to our tent, rolling his head on the floor. What's that about?
It's not a good behaviour, that's
right next to our tents. So we packed up. I think it was a wise thing to do. You don't want to sleep in a tent in a field full of cows, really. So we moved on and got another place to sleep just around the corner. It was actually quite nice. Slept quite well in the end, and woke up to the sounds of yellow hammers.
Yeah.
Chatty mouth.
I can't remember the name.
Chatty something. God, we don't know.
And moth detectors.
Oh, and then we found out there's. You probably saw in a video yesterday. There's these weird boxes, like from it looked like some sort of scientist thing was going on. Didn't quite figure it out, but we just spoke to a guy from the National Trust, whose land it was. Whoops. He reckoned that they were probably moth surveyors, so not UFO watchers or something, or whatever we thought they were. Anyway, today we're off to get breakfast Branscombe Bay to start with. Looks like a nice place for some brekkie. Heading towards Seaton, I think Beer and Seaton, places like that. So another glorious day ahead of us. And look at the sun up there, green everywhere. Where's the path? And there's the path. There we go. See you later. Cheerio. Spoken with my geology consultant. And we've got Triassic
and
Jurassic, Triassic, Jurassic white, Triassic not white. Johnny boy, what's the name of this place?
Beer.
What are we going to do here?
Drink some beer.
Drink some beer in the pub. Whee!